Hi guys, has anyone else been so obsessed with K-drama this quarantine? I sure have. So if y'all have seen Coffee Prince, he makes this recipe for her. And once I saw this, I started browsing a lot about Korean cuisine, and guess what? I fell in love. It is totally magical. They follow a beautiful, natural and refined food culture, and this attracted me. So the first thing I wanted to try was kimchi fried rice, and for that I had to make kimchi first. So that takes about 24 hours to ferment. So let's get started with kimchi. Firstly, I have used some Indian cabbage because I couldn't find Chinese cabbage. So I've just salted this and put a weight on it, and we're going to let this sit for 2 hours. So as you can see, the cabbage is completely disgorged now. So we're going to wash it in cold water to rinse the salt off. So I'm transferring this to a colander now to drain the excess water. Traditionally for kimchi, they use this Korean chili pepper called gochugaru, but I don't have it. So I'm going to soak some Kashmiri red chilies around 6 and some baby shallots around 7 to 8 and around 10 garlic cloves and an inch of ginger in 2 tablespoons of vinegar and a little bit of water. And I've cut some vegetables here. We can use any sort of vegetables like radish also. Now let's make the starch. So I've taken a tablespoon of rice flour and a cup of water. Cook this on simmer till it becomes a fine paste like this. Let's grind up our ingredients now. The chili, the ginger, the onions and the garlic that was soaking, and also the vinegar and the water in which it was soaking. And I've also added a teaspoon of palm sugar, a tablespoon of Kashmiri chili paprika powder to give this a good color, and a tablespoon of soy sauce. And of course, salt to taste. Now let's grind this up. So this is the base for our kimchi, the starch, the chili paste and the vegetables. And for the following videos, I've retained the audio from the recording because it was pretty funny. My mom and I were having a good laugh, so I want you guys to watch it too. So I'm mixing this base up here. And let's add in our cabbage now.
What does it mean?
Means love.
Is it?
This is as red as love.
Oh, I love it. How do you say that?
Sarangi.
Wow.
Yeppuda.
What
means
is that?
Beautiful.
Wow, it's beautiful. Say it again.
Yeppuda.
Wow. Is it a Korean dish?
Yeah. It's called kimchi. Kimchi.
I love the color.
There's more underneath. So basically I want to make fried rice with this. You can add a lot of vegetables to this.
It looks yummy.
You can add radish.
You've added carrot and what is that? Onion tendrils. Okay.
Now let's transfer this to a jar. I hope you guys had a good laugh too. Make sure the jar has some breathing space for the kimchi to ferment. See you after 24 hours. Oh my god, look how colorful this prep looks. So let's get started with our fried rice. So first, from the jar, take out only the cabbage pieces. We need about 1 cup of this. Now take your knife and start chopping it. And once you're done, transfer it to a bowl. And ensure that you don't leave any bits of deliciousness behind. So after this, take a spoon and take your kimchi jar and let's drain some kimchi juice from that. So keep the spoon over the jar and slightly pour it and you'll get this kimchi juice. And then use a spoon and pick out some of the chili paste from the jar and add it to this. So we need to make about half a cup of this. The carrots and the onions, take out everything and just add it to this bowl. delicious. 2 cups of cooked rice, 100 grams of chopped up mushrooms, 1 cup of cooked chicken, half cup of green onions, our kimchi and our kimchi juice. You need a thick bottomed pan for this recipe. I'm using my new iron skillet. I'm so obsessed with iron utensils and this is something new to my collection. And I bought this pre-seasoned, so that's pretty much it. And let's start with our recipe. So to a hot pan, I'm adding our kimchi and I'm gonna roast this really well without any oil or butter. So give this a quick stir. Guys, I don't know about y'all, but I'm so excited to taste this. So I'm gonna roast this kimchi till it gets a slight, brown on it, and then I'm gonna transfer it to a bowl and leave it aside. Now to the same pan, let's add about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil, just use vegetable oil. And to this, let's add our mushrooms. It's about 100 grams of mushrooms. Give this a quick stir till the mushrooms release their water. This looks good, guys. Now I'm gonna add in my chicken. So you can use any sort of meat you want. So this is cooked chicken. I've cooked it with some turmeric, some chili powder and some oil and a little bit of water, and I've just shredded it. Combine this well and then we'll add in our kimchi and give this a quick mix. And now to this, let's add a tablespoon of chili sauce. Give it a good stir and then we'll add our main ingredient, rice. So I've used jeera sambar rice and you guys can use anything, and I've already added some salt while cooking the rice, and so I used 1:2 ratio to cook it. You can add any form of rice, basmati, bullet rice, or even normal cooking rice would do. Now stir this well and you'll notice that the rice at the bottom will start crisping up, and that's good. That's what we want. So keep stirring it, and to this let's add half a tablespoon of butter and we're gonna mix it well till it melts and keep stirring it. This fried rice hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes to make. So as you can see, the butter is melting now. So this is a good time to add in our kimchi juice. So that's about half a cup. I'm gonna add it all. And to the same cup, I'm gonna add some water, a similar amount, and add that as well. And we're gonna crank up the heat and combine this well. After around 2 to 3 minutes, you can turn off the heat and we're gonna garnish this beauty. Let's place a beautiful bullseye egg over it and then decorate it with some spring onions and some toasted sesame seeds. And our beautiful kimchi fried rice is ready. So I'm gonna go now and enjoy this. So this is not a traditional recipe. I just used ingredients I have in my pantry and I have tried to adapt it to my liking. Until next time, bye! Kamsahamnida!